Dave, County getting that winning feeling back at the minute. That's 2 big away wins in a row. Just give us your initial reaction to that.
Brilliant 3 points. Really good performance. Really large parts of good stuff. There's still stuff we need to get better at, without question. But a tough place to come, and like I say, a really valuable 3 points.
I thought you dealt with what MK Dons threw at you, certainly from open play, really well. A little bit of a concern over the set pieces, but on the whole, a really good defensive performance from your side in that second half.
Yeah, listen, you've got to deal with things when people throw the ball forward at you. You do that in terms of being brave and being organised and taking responsibility and all them bits, but I think you then do it better or twice as good when we then get the ball and then try to potentially hurt them going the other way. And like I said, we had opportunities to hurt them the other way, and if this game ends up 4-1 and we've defended resolutely at one end and counter-attacked twice on them and won the game in that way, it probably doesn't do or isn't a disservice in terms of what the game looked like. Yeah, we had to. They've obviously gone for it massively at the end and almost playing with a 5 up front and the centre half. So we knew that we'd be under pressure. We've had real good opportunities to finish them off on the break. Not do that, which then makes for a nervy last 10 minutes or so, especially with the amount of injury time that there is. And you're potentially one bad decision or one mistake or one bad bit of luck away from going away with a point when I thought we fully merited a 3.
It always felt like Louis Barry might have a point to prove today coming back here. Got a few boos from the fans in the first half, but he seems like the kind of player that would thrive off that, really.
Yeah, I don't think people have a point to prove. Listen, he's a young player that's had loans at different places, and people will have opinions on what you're supposed to get out of loans, what loans look like, what's success, what's failure, all them bits. Fundamentally, he's in a team now where he's given the freedom to go and express himself. He's playing a position that suits him. He's in a Rich game of 4. I think it's at 5 on the bounce that he scored. So he's in a good place, and at the moment, like I say, the team are in a good place and benefiting from the goals that he's providing and the goal involvement that he has. And long may that continue. Football's the type of game. There'll always be associations somewhere further down the line, regardless of where you go. Whether it's, like I say, probably maybe a little bit different because I never had that many clubs as a player and not managed that many clubs really. But there'll be some players that have played for 15, 20 clubs, and it's either one or the other end. They either get a hero's welcome or absolutely vilified by supporters. It's part and parcel. If it motivates you, brilliant. I don't think it affects Louis. It might have affected if there'd been 25, 30,000 in here. But if you can use that as motivation, it's always going to benefit.
He's certainly got that particular type of finish nailed down at the minute as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, listen, we knew in terms of the profile of what we were looking for and what we wanted to try and have one each side. So a right-footed left winger and a left-footed right winger. We've got him in terms of what that is. We've potentially got Odin the other side who can do that. We'd looked at other things, and that shift onto his right foot and the finish into the far corner, he, like I say, he does have on lockdown, and long may that continue. He can finish in different ways, so hopefully every goalkeeper that is watching will think he's going to whip the far corner and the next one will go the near side. But he's in a good place. Goal scorers, once you get on that run and you get the opportunities, and he's always going to get the opportunities because games at League 2 level are very transitional, and possessions given up pretty frequently in most instances. So when the game's open and stretched, and he's able to use his pace 1v1 and his trickery with the ball to go and get at defenders, then he's always got an opportunity, and he more often than not will shoot. And I know people have said around essentially his decision making, and that'll come with experience. If you keep sticking the ball in the top corner, then I don't think there's anything playing.
Nick Powell has obviously been brought into the club to provide big moments, to win you games like this, and he's got the winning goal today. It's probably an underrated side of his game. He's really good in the air, isn't he?
Yeah, very good. Again, even from when he came in, there can be I suppose a false perception of football. Football at the very top level is very athletic. Most players you see on a pitch from 30, 40 metres away don't look the biggest, but they're very athletic. Powell's a big lad, like saying, probably strangely, in modern day football, he quite enjoys heading the ball. So at times, if we need to be direct into him, we can be, and he'll compete, and he'll at least challenge and make sure other defenders don't head the ball. And if you look at his record of his goals, although you'd maybe think that his type of player would score a lot of goals outside the box, the majority of his goals are inside the 6-yard box and inside the width of the posts. So him getting in there and getting them opportunities will be massive. Brilliant ball in from Maka, and as you say, wins us the game.
Obviously had to take him off injured in the second half. What's the initial assessment on that?
So a bit of a tight hamstring at half time. Felt okay to continue, then got a kick right at the start of the second half, and a bit of pain in his calf. We're thinking it's a kick, we're hoping it's a kick. Certainly not a moment where you're running along and there's a massive explosion in the back of your leg by any way, stretch or form. So we'll obviously manage him on the way back now in terms of getting him on the game ready and things. Have a look at him tomorrow. Hopefully he's fine, and we have a week to prepare for next weekend's fixture anyway. So thankfully no game on the Tuesday. Sort of look after him, wrap him up in cotton wool, and make sure he's ready to go next weekend hopefully.
That obviously led to the introduction of Odin Bailey, who was maybe a signing that went under the radar a little bit late on on deadline day, but showed glimpses there of what he's capable of in that second half.
I think the big thing with Odin is probably we lost Miles through pre-season, if you like, and as I said, we were looking to recruit that left-footed right winger that could be a ball carrier. When the game gets stretched like that, they'll go and take the ball and take people on and get us up the pitch, and Odin certainly can do that. I thought when he came on last weekend, to be fair, the composure he showed on the far side when the ball got played into him to look after it and find a pass for us was great. Today we've asked him to go on and play wide of a diamond, to play as a 10 in a box, wing back, all different positions. So he does give you that flexibility to be able to tweak your system as the game progresses and stretches. He's like I say, listen, he's new and fresh into the club. We've not seen him in a full game, if you like. We'd hoped to have involved him and maybe Jaden and some of the other lads in the B team game on Tuesday, but with the injury issues we have, it wasn't worth it was never going to be worth a risk. But he'll be, like I say, he'll be a good addition in terms of what we need at this point in time, and certainly has really good attributes.
Great scenes at the end with those travelling fans, over 1,000 of them making the journey here today, and great to send them home happy this afternoon.
Yeah, brilliant, especially when they're stuck up there out the way. As much as football is about, like you say, it's a job, it's something you enjoy, it's about winning and all that. Ultimately, it's about being able to come and play a game and hopefully send supporters who pay the money and give up their time to come all this way, and give their opinion and shout at us at times and have an opinion on certain players and whatever else not. But it's about Stockport County winning, and today we've won, and that feels a whole lot better than, like I say, the start of the season. We're back on a little bit of a run in terms of 2 away games. We've got a massive game next week now, but we go into it in a really good place, and all them go home happy and enjoy the weekend and go into Monday morning with a smile on their faces.
You're just 2 points off the playoff places now as well. As you say, winning breeds confidence, and it really does set up a juicy game next weekend at a sellout Edgeley Park.
Yeah, listen, where we stand in the table makes no difference. I've not looked at the table, probably because we would have been somewhere down the bottom before the previous 2 games, but it doesn't really make a difference to me where we're at. The important thing for us is that we're up nearly where we want to be come March, April, May time. But as you say, go into next week's game. Yeah, really good game. Looking forward to it. Huge test in terms of Wrexham and the battle we had with them in our National League season. So, as I'm sure it's one for everyone to look forward to. Neutrals, Wrexham and Stockport fans alike, and we'll certainly look forward to it. I'm going to it in a good place and looking to back up these 2 really good away wins with a win at home.
Well done today, Dave.
Cheers, thank you.